Hello, greetings to all. Welcome back to our chemistry classes. Okay, now we have reached up to drawing the atomic structure of any element. I am sure that those who have been seriously following these videos, now you will not have any difficulty in drawing any atomic structure. And also don't forget that usually you can get almost 5 to 7 marks for this chemistry part because the most important inevitable part. Okay, let us once again recap and revise what we have learned just in the earlier videos. The atom is made up of three basic particles called proton, neutron and electron. First of all, let us think about the mass. The mass of the atom is only due to the proton and neutron, and their masses are considered to be 1 AMU. If there are 2 protons, it is total mass is 2. 2 protons and 3 neutrons, then it will be 5 AMU. And the electrons are very, very light, therefore their mass is completely avoided. Therefore, the whole mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus, where the protons and neutrons are staying together in a very small place because of the very strong force of attraction between the particles. That will be enough for you. Okay, the neutrons and the protons cannot escape the nucleus, and it will take only smallest place because of the strong force of attraction between the particles. And of course it is gravitation, and when the distance between the particles becomes very, very small, then the gravitational force will be tremendous. Otherwise, but when the distance is too much, then the gravitational force will be very small. We can consider our attraction of our earth to moon. Because of the distance, it is not falling down. If moon was at a very great, very lower height, it would have fallen in the earth already. Okay. Now, how to draw the atomic structure? The atomic structure, we can draw the first make a very small circle. In that circle, you can write the atomic symbol like Ca or H for hydrogen, He for helium, etc. Otherwise, you can write, after calculating the number of protons and number of protons, you can write there if you have space there. Otherwise, you can put one arrow outside and you can say this many protons and this many neutrons. And I advise you, if they have in the questions are not asking for you to write that, just avoid that. The standard one by IUPAC is just write inside the symbol. Okay. The both one, and also whatever your teacher in your schools say, obey them. Okay, in my case, don't worry about me in that case. Now we can to consider how many elements we have to study in your 9th and 10th. I had told you sometimes back that we have almost nearly 105 elements. And I told you that less than half of these elements are radioactive. Actually, they are not present in our Earth. Maybe present in some other galaxies. We do not know until yet. Now, the first point you have from now onwards, you have to keep a notebook with you. The main points I have discussed, you have to write it down for your memorization. Now, in the screen, you can see the periodic table. What is a periodic table? The periodic table is a table designed by the scientist after a lot of years thinking and making arrangements and discussing together. They have made a periodic table in which we can insert all the elements in that. Next important point you have to by heart. The atoms are represented in the increasing order of their atomic number. Very, very important point. Not by the number of neutrons, not by the number of electrons, but the atoms are placed according to the increasing order of their atomic number. Now you can look at the periodic table in the screen, or you can have a printout of the periodic table. I request you to take a printout of this periodic table and keep with you when you are learning this one. You can see the left hand side, the top, there is one there, hydrogen there, again down one, that is first is hydrogen, that is the atomic number is 1. Then after that you look extreme right, you can see the helium placed there. What is the atomic number? 2. After that, the 3 is not going to the next side. That is the most important part here. Then the lithium, which number is 3, is coming back again. Then beryllium is there, number 4. Number 5, boron. Okay, now I am going to 19. You see 19 is there. Then after that 37, it is a curiosity. We have to understand why it is so. Now let us draw the atomic structure of the first extreme left elements, going from top to bottom. Top to bottom in mathematics is called a column. If it is horizontal, it's called rows. Okay? If it is in mathematics, we say the vertical things we say as a column, horizontal things as a rows. In this periodic table, these columns are called groups or families. They have similar properties. Otherwise, if you look from the left to right, that are rows which are called periods. Okay. Let us write the atomic structure of hydrogen. You have to put one proton in the nucleus and only one orbit around it, put one electron there, it is finished. Then you draw the atomic structure of helium-2. Helium-2, the mass inside the nucleus, there will be 2 protons and 2 neutrons, and the first orbit it will have 2 electrons. Right? Then draw the atomic structure of lithium. When you draw the atomic structure of lithium, you will be surprised to see that the outermost orbit contains only 1. Then you draw sodium. Sodium also outermost orbit contains only 1. Potassium. Potassium also like that. Even though the size of the atom is increasing, but the outermost electron is only 1. We have discussed before, all the chemical properties of an element depends on the number of outermost electrons. Let me stop here now before going to the next one.